Mrs. Thompson! Mrs. Thompson! Mrs. Thompson! Feed the next row in.
Park High School is a comprehensive. It has more than 900 boys and girls aged between 12 and 16.
In between the chairs. In between the chair. In between the chair.
It's in Stanmore, Harrow, just 4 miles from the famous public school.
Go up on the stage and stand on a white cross, please. 3 steps on a white cross, please.
Park High is not a problem school, or one battling against overwhelming social deprivation. It's an ordinary suburban comprehensive, educating children of all abilities from all backgrounds. Some have severe problems, but many do not. It's popular with parents and gets good results.
Right.
Absolutely still.
In short, it's the sort of school most of us send our children to.
Here we go. Quiet still, please. Quiet still now for one.
We followed the school throughout the autumn term of 1991, a term in which the school strove to maintain its high standards.
Why in the blazes was it then that over 20 of you failed to do it?
The last person to raise his or her eyes to me left school. Would you like to leave now?
You hit a boy in school? What have I said time and time again about aggression?
Grappled with a revolution in education and battled against limited resources and crumbling buildings.
Appalling. The kids are great, the teachers are fabulous, but the facilities in which we have to work are really, in many cases, just an insult.
These wonderful flagship schools that they're spending millions of pounds on, whereas the kids here, you've seen the toilets, you've seen the science labs. Where's the fairness in that? It's pathetic.
Park High also faced up to the challenges and problems that all schools must meet in the 90s. Truancy.
Explain.
Still want to stay in school?
No, I know the feeling. On the other hand, what you want and often what you have to do are very different things.
They can't send a policeman to every household and take the children to school. I mean,
There must be
one child wants to go to school. There must be something wrong with the child if he wants to go to school.
Bullying.
How many are there, roughly, altogether? 10?
No more than that.
Was it fixed up?
No.
Was it arranged?
It hurt, like, in a day. If I was, like, mucked around with in a day, I was so depressed, I just couldn't get on.
Drugs.
I hoped he would be sensible enough not to. I hoped he would have the strength to walk away. I was wrong.
And they're targeted on the testes
and sex.
Number 1, the penis. Yes, you should have all got that right.
I don't
in,
know,
by the way.
pending.
Doesn't look like you read through, does it?
And as with every school, there were the parents. The majority at Park are in agreement with the teachers.
Last term he was awful at home as well, and when I spoke to Mr Rumble and Mr Barker, I said, well, I'm his mum and I could kill him. I mean, I said, so I can imagine how teachers feel when he's standing there being stroppy.
But not all saw eye to eye with the staff.
Do you realise how ill I am over this? And do you realise what you're doing to my daughter's education? That's all right, isn't it? That's fine.
Deborah's doing that to her education.
I'm not doing anything to her education. All she wants to do is come back to school.
But on September the 3rd, 1991, all was quiet as the school opened its doors for the first time since the summer holidays. It's head teacher Keith Ford's last term. He moves to a new school at Christmas.
Just get rid of that. Nothing worse than... You clean your blackboard.
As the new pupils arrive on their first day, the head is already dealing with the first problem of a new term, vandalism.
Yeah, that was interesting. Where has that come from? It's a piece of lava. No, that hasn't come through there, surely.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. That'd be nice.
It's a long term, it's 15 weeks, and nights close in, it gets cold, and you get bad weather. Kids have just had enough, and the end of this term is when it shows. And if you have your big problems where you have to actually suspend or even expel in the end, It happens this term.
The next hiccup is the surprising news that Lee Tilley, a new teacher from New Zealand, must sit GCSE Maths if the authorities are to recognise her.
What's wrong? You're going to do Binter's lines and Binter's going to take over your role.
I can't remember this.
She's here to teach English and drama and already has the equivalent maths qualification in New Zealand.
Okay, so you want to do that part again? Yeah, right.
Well, I've got to ask you now, does that satisfy you?
Well, I mean, it's an insult to have to take the maths again when I've already sat the equivalent in New Zealand. I'm already a qualified and trained teacher, but...
The sick thing is, she could go and teach in a private school, earn more, have better facilities, and, OK, she wouldn't get qualified status, but she could spend her whole life in the private sector, and no one seems to give a damn about that.
Then there's a call to the playground, where a black car has been practising handbrake turns among the children. It disappears, only to return minutes later.
This is private property, and you're not allowed on it. You're trespassing. Yes, but you can't, you see, and he knows that, and I'll be having a word with him about that right now. Would you please go back that way? And can I ask you to drive more carefully, because there are lots of children around? It's OK. Can I see you two gentlemen, please? What a way to start the year.
No, it started that's all it was.
Well, it started the year by driving around the playground, did it?
No, I didn't ask him to do that.
You didn't ask him to do that, so you were kidnapped, I see.
Yeah, I was kidnapped.
Well, you go and kidnap yourselves up to my office. We'll start the year with a little conversation.
He's young and he's showing off. If you want to die, die somewhere else and not round here, and preferably not in uniform, right?
The first day back is never an easy one. It's as difficult for the staff as it is for the new first years.
Welcome. Ought to be the first word. Welcome to Park High School. Now you're here for keeps. 4 years. 4 years hard labour. Congratulations on joining the best school in the area, if not the best school in the country.
What went through your mind when you first opened your eyes this morning? What was your reaction? Isn't it early?
Bullying takes place in every single school. You will be bullied, probably, on the odd occasion in your life. I found out last term that somebody in this school was actually going up to young pupils and asking them for money. Now, when we found that out, the person doing it no longer came to Park High School.
There's an element of acting, isn't it? It's like standing in the wings and the music pauses and you think, right, I'm on.
Very busy, very stressful, and I'd sooner be on holiday, to be quite honest.
If you get into trouble with me, I will say to you, why take on a fight you cannot win? If you go out of your way to be awkward or a nuisance or to take us on, you'll lose.
Park High educates pupils with a wide range of abilities. Deputy Head John Rumble has one class where at least 3 pupils are dyslexic and some others have learning difficulties. He wants to introduce a special needs support teacher into his class to help those less able pupils.
Thanks very much, OK.
But he knows it's a sensitive situation which could cause offence and alienation. He meets with 2 special needs teachers to discuss the problem.
What I was thinking of is to actually making a lesson of special needs, so to speak.
I think that one of the problems that we have got in this group is that there are people who don't want to be labelled, and particularly perhaps with dyslexics. We've got somebody in the school who we can't use that word with. She knows she's got problems and she'll accept that, but she won't necessarily accept the word dyslexic. So maybe it's worth looking at labels there.
What I thought is that I would, you know, say, take my glasses off, act the fool a bit, bump into the desk or something, and say to them, well, you can see what my need is, can't you? Let them know that we all have special needs in that way. Why women find it more difficult to back cars, for instance. It's a fact. It's a fact, isn't it?
You know, it's a fact.
It's a point of debate. Because they have yes, it's a spatial awareness is different, isn't it?
Yes.
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. However, I may run into difficulties.
I think you ought to
OK, I better leave that one out altogether then.
Leave that. Looking at the sort of girls that are in that group, I think you should leave that out.
Oh, I see.
The school is fortunate. Most pupils are well behaved and discipline is tight. But in any school of nearly 1,000 children, there are incidents to deal with daily.
No, I don't mean sitting down there, I mean into school.
A boy has been caught with a rude picture.
I am disgusted and appalled at you, young man. What would your mother think if she saw something like that? Look at me when I'm talking to you. What would she think? I think she would be very, very upset indeed. We do not bring this sort of thing into school. Do you understand? Right, you see me at 3:25, young man. I'll have that, thank you. 3:25 on the dot. Out.
Is there anywhere in this school or around this school that you can smoke and not get caught? Yes. You reckon so? All right, I accept your challenge. The next time I catch you smoking, I'll expel you. I'll say my question again. Do you seriously think there is somewhere in this school that you could smoke and not get caught? Because I'm telling you there's not. But if you think there is, by all means take me on. Great, I accept. Is that the challenge you want? Pardon? Pardon? Yes. Pardon? Yes, sir. Thank you.
But 14-year-old Samantha is a pupil different from most. She's causing persistent problems. She's just disrupted another lesson.
She says to me, how dare you be so rude? And I didn't even say nothing to her, so I said to her, I wasn't even talking to you, and then we started arguing.
Why is it always you who's got to have the final word? Why have you got to put your opinion in when actually you keep your own opinion to yourself? Why have you got to prove a point? Why?
Oh, I did let her. I just left her to carry on shouting at me, and I didn't say nothing.
Very nice of you, having set her off shouting at you. What happens if I get involved?
Get in more trouble.
Yeah, but it's sort of getting near the end of the line trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to survive?
Yeah.
Good. Off you go.
Mr. Dedridge is in with me this afternoon. Mr. Dedridge is one of our special needs teachers. We all have special needs. Mr. Dedridge has special needs. My special need, particularly, is fairly obvious, I suppose. What's one of my special needs? Any ideas?
He's wearing something.
Well, look, let's put it... Oh, my God, where have they gone? Where are they? Where are they? Just thank you. Doesn't take long, does it, with a little bit of help?
And you keep this kid very warm.
The class is given some sheets on special needs to discuss.
Yeah. What kind of needs do you have?
Right, come on, let's try and move on. We're a bit slow at the moment.
But some of the class do seem alarmed at being labelled.
You said, what do you call it, what needs do, like, other people have? It's not everyone that's really going to have the needs. No,
everybody has a need of some sort.
Not like a special need, I'm normal.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Think of it this way.
Like, the average person's not going to have special needs.
What is the word? What is it the word is? Spell it out.
The point is, yeah...
All right, let's see
We've got needs, but they're not special.
What's wrong with the word special? Special means good.
It's for people who, like, really ill, like people who've got AIDS, they need special needs.
If I said to you, you're a special person, would you get upset and say, oh, how dare you say I'm a special person?
Yeah, because I'm
like, what's wrong with being a special person?
We're not special.
What's that? Adol. Adol. Go on, you're getting there.
So your needs aren't important?
Like, if I couldn't have something I want, you know, I can live without it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But if we can help you with your needs, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, but that's not the issue. The issue is with the needs special or not.
Go on. Adolescence. You're there.
The two teachers haven't been given an easy ride.
Grades aren't always needed in jobs.
Don't you think it's a good thing to be able to spell, to use that example, for spelling sake? Called it...
But in the end, the girls are won over.
Let's invent a word. Let's call it...
Yeah, but that's not true.
What about different needs?
Special needs.
What about different needs?
Yeah, but should we cross it out? Yeah.
Yeah, cross it out. Yeah. All right. Let's solve that one. Right, get on to B. The idea that there might be children in every classroom, in every school, with special needs of some sort is very threatening. Because they don't want to think, well, wait a minute, I've got special needs. I have needs. I might need help. They find that very threatening because it's associated with negative things, weakness, disability.
I have here the result of the pests list. You know, the little survey that many of you helped with by sending in your marks out of 10. There's a pretty unique situation. We've done this now 3 times, I think, and this time someone has won it with more than double the points of the next person. Didn't she do well?
Don't bother talking, just try shutting up.
The pest list is compiled after staff rate pupils for disruption. It was introduced by the head after some teachers complained they weren't getting enough support in dealing with problems in the classroom.
Anthony, switch on.
I will be seeing the top 10 for a personal interview.
In the entire school, that is years 11, 10, 9 and 8, 927 pupils. Would you like to guess where you came in this list? 6th. Now, in half a term, you have managed to get to 6th place in the list of nuisances. I cannot believe. Well, have you tried to improve?
Sometimes.
Sometimes is going to change into all times, because I am giving you a warning, young man.
Yes.
And not many first years make it this far. The warning is, if you appear on this list again and you come back into this room, your stay with us is going to be a very short one indeed. Where do you think you came? 5th. But there's no promotion from this league. The only promotion is outwards. And I wonder if that's what you want. I don't know. Perhaps sometimes I think you do.
What would you hope to get out of school?
Not a lot, really. I mean, no one that I know, really, who's, like, left school, used any of their education anyway. So I don't know why I should need it.
When you're being a nuisance, why do you do it?
Because it's a laugh.
So you find it amusing?
I mean, it is at the time.
But don't you get fed up with being told off?
Yeah.
Natasha's father did not attend parents' evening.
Do you think those sort of things are important or not, really?
It's important to the parents who feel for their children and want them to have the best out of education. Then they should go.
And would you count yourself as one of those parents?
I wouldn't, no. I wouldn't.
There's going to be a fairly sort of final decision to make. That will be up to you, but it'll affect your life, and I don't really want to have to do it.
Do you think you'll ever look back when you're older and regret that you didn't do more with your education?
Yeah, I think I will.
What do you think you'll regret?
Not learning anything.
The head is a supporter of caning.
I'll be blunt, 4 years ago, when these kids were coming in, I'd have threatened to hit them as a first line of proving that you are serious and you're not playing games. I believe that had an impact. It worked. And there are some occasions now that go on and dig into deeper and deeper trouble that could be sorted out, I'm afraid, with a good old-fashioned hiding. You know you told me that you were going to improve. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know whether to congratulate you on dropping to 8th or kill you for being in the top 10. Which?
Don't know. Better than last year.
Mark's mum is a supporter of caning.
The children know today what's going to happen to them. They'll get a detention. There's nothing more embarrassing than being caned in front of everybody. And that's why I feel boys like Mark do need corporal punishment. They do need the cane.
Oh, caning, God, that went out centuries ago.
Not that long ago, Mark.
So...
I think it would. I think it would stop you.
I don't think it would, you know, because...
Would, because you can't bear pain.
Oh, yeah, Mum, you know.
So why, Damien? Why? Can't you think of one reason? Well, you stand there until you can think of one.
Did you say again?
I didn't think you actually understood what I said.
I suppose I've caned many pupils in my time, and I don't think that, you know, those very same pupils, whenever they've come back to school, have always been, you know, greeted me. There's been no resentment, because they always felt that it was fair cop. To answer your question, Is that what you want?
Well, if I pushed you...
If you pushed me...
I mean, yes or no for the cane, now?
No. No, I'd say no. Better without. I never thought that I would say that, but I think it's better without.
Sam, do not argue or you'll be here even longer. Thank you.
Samantha has topped the pest list. Her interview with the head will be crucial. It will determine if she has a future at Park.
The person who came second got 42 total. The person who came top got 86. I think you guess by now who the person is who came top. What are we going to do? This isn't a joke, it's very, very serious. Come on, it isn't time just to sort of go into a little death dream. Why is it happening? Well, you're there at the time and I'm not. Bad.
While Sam is failing to grasp the importance of this interview, normal school life for the other 926 pupils at Park High School continues.
You go from lesson to lesson, reeling with shock and horror that people are telling you off, because you don't understand why.
No. I know why when they tell me off, isn't it? Yeah, I don't chat when she says, when the teacher is saying, like, no chatting, then I don't chat, innit?
So you do as you're told?
No, not all the time.
That's much better.
This is serious, Samantha, right? It may seem like a game, it's not. So how do you get on the good side of a teacher?
I don't know.
Well, you see other people doing it, obviously.
No.
No one gets on the good side of teachers.
I said I don't see other people doing it except when they go, yes, sir, no, sir, feedback school, sir.
Which you don't agree with?
No.
Why?
It's true. You should say your piece, innit?
Always.
No, not always, but sometimes.
But you have in the past said things and got yourself into trouble.
Yeah, that's because I can't control myself sometimes.
You can't control yourself.
Sometimes.
That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. What is it about a certain time that stops you controlling
When
yourself?
people get too feisty, innit?
If this is a precursor of what's going to happen inside, I'm going to lock you in there now. Get that clear.
How do I protect the teachers of this school? Can I make you behave?
No.
I can't.
No.
It's impossible.
Yes.
Right.
Take your blazers off. Not you lot. You keep quiet. Sit down.
Are you working?
Yeah.
Are you doing homework?
No.
Why not?
Because I can't do it.
Why? No one to talk to?
No, because my mum doesn't know how to help me because she's just as thick.
Thick?
Yeah.
So you're thick?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have you always been thick?
Yes.
You were born thick?
Yes.
I see. When did you first become convinced of that?
I don't know.
This is sad. This is sad. As it went on, I got more and more disturbed about how disturbed she was. I don't think I really got through to her because I think she really wants to be accepted and liked, but really hasn't got a clue how to do it.
The interview has lasted 3/4 of an hour. Having issued his final warning, he escorts Sam to her next lesson.
I just Mrs. Miguel for a second, please. I just came to tell you I've had Samantha with me for the last lesson.
Her final chance. At the end of the lesson, the teacher pours away a cup of coffee she's not had time to drink. Someone has put a number of needles in it.
I've been here 4 years in a term, and I've never had an incident like that before. Usually, the pupils are polite to staff.
Ford must find out who is responsible. He'll call the class together to face a questionnaire drawn up that morning. Samantha is absent from school.
In between it being brought in here and left in here, and the end of the lesson, some pins were dropped into that coffee. If that member of staff had had time to drink that coffee, she could now be dead, or at least she would certainly be in hospital. And you are here today so that I can discover who put the pins into the coffee. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head. I'm just proving a point. If I wish to bully you, I can bully you. This is a very simple little way of bullying you. Shall I make you stand up on the stools, bend over and touch your toes, sit on the floor? If I was here to get you or be nasty, I could spend my whole life bullying you. I don't think you notice too much of that going on in the school. Take your hands down.
The questionnaire, which asks detailed questions about the whole incident and has to be individually signed, is handed out.
I honestly suggest you write the truth, or it could be the last thing you write at this school, as it is on the list.
When the forms have been filled in, the head takes each girl in turn next door to be interviewed. Some of the girls are reluctant to talk.
I don't want to have to do nasty things to any more people than is necessary. I really honestly don't. Do you know anything about this?
No.
Liar.
The girls wait nervously for their turn. Next door, the interviews continue.
It isn't about us and them. How many times can I say that? Do you honestly think I come in every day to harm you? Honestly, is that what you think? It's incredible. When you're an adult, you'll think back on this and you'll wonder what the devil you were doing.
Most of the girls in the end say what they know.
All I know is that I heard someone say someone's put things in the coffee.
Right.
And I saw Sam spitting it.
You saw Samantha spit into the coffee?
Yeah.
What will your mum say if you're expelled?
Well, I've been expelled before and I don't know. This is my last chance in school now, so I've been to 3 schools now. But if I don't get expelled and I leave the school, then I can go to another school. But if I get expelled, then I have to go to one of them spastic schools, you know. Not for total, mashed up children.
You know what's coming, don't you?
Yes.
Do you want to say anything?
Never put the pins in her coffee.
No, I'm not talking about pins. Did you spit in the coffee, Sam?
Huh?
Did you spit in the coffee?
No, I was only mucking about and it landed on the desk.
You spat in the coffee. Look, people saw you do it.
No, it didn't. It didn't go in the coffee.
Well, anyway, it's the end of the line, right? So, do you want to read this first? Shall I stick it down then?
Yeah.
Right. Take it home. If your mum does want to talk to me, I'll be in on Monday. She can talk to me then. Right. Bye.
The head sees Sam's tutor.
Let's just let it slip.
Well, it's not that. It's just that she was okay 60% of the time. And in fact, she's quite very pleasant, nice to get on with her. But if you were teaching her in one of those 40%, you had no chance. It's a defeat. I say I did everything I could, and then personally you feel, what a shame you couldn't do something more.
Are you still going to sit there, pull people's hair, and generally play about?
Oh, I could cry at you lot sometimes.
And I won't accept it. You know I won't accept it, so why do you do it?
There will be a reply in my hands tomorrow morning, or you will suffer the consequences. Go.
We are not going until you listen, so you might as well listen.
Emma! Just be quiet.
For a free information handbook for parents of secondary school children, please write to Park High, Box 33, London SE1 9LT. That's Park High, Box 33, London SE1 9LT.